Welcome to From Hoods to Backwoods Podcast, and our bonus segment, Quick Blast. Yes, From Hoods to Backwoods Podcast, Quick Blast. These are shorter videos that can cover just about anything. These wastes of space from the human race, Tex LaFon and Vaz are babbling on about their experiences going to the various stores that they shop at. They go off about what they don't like and then talk about what they really don't like. Followed by what they absolutely can't stand. Wow, they really are some grumpy old men, aren't they? Well, let's open the zoo entrance so you can get a good look at these animals. Here they are, your main distraction, Vaz and Tex LaFon.
All right, we're going to do a really quick blast for you. We're going to talk about going to the store and shopping, which is something that's really changed. A lot of people don't really like to do it anymore or don't do it at all. But we're going to talk about when you actually do go to the store, what's going on. So, Tex, what are your thoughts about going to the grocery store?
Well, first off, I hate going to the grocery store. But unfortunately, I have to go a lot because I have, 3 kids that I have to feed. And, so I got to go to the grocery store. It's just, you got kids, you're going to the grocery store all the time. That's just what it is. But, yeah, the first thing is when I get there, first thing I hate about going grocery shopping is parking in the parking lot. I always got to park way back in BFG because last thing I want to do is get a shopping cart hit my car or getting a door ding. I can't stand how some people just don't care about when they open the door, they just swing it open, no matter if they hit someone's car, and then they just burn off like a Karen, okay? Now, I ain't got time for that, okay? Second thing is when you get to the grocery store and you grab a shopping cart and you go in and you get one of them bad wheels, that shit's even worse. So then you got to grab a different one. And then when you finally found one that works, then you go in and then you're going down the aisles and you're just trying to, I hate whenever your spouse gives you a shopping list. I'm like, damn, I already know what I want to get. I don't need someone to tell me what to get. So I can't stand that when they give me a shopping list.
Especially since they assume that you can read.
Yeah, which is, usually I just have it on, I say text it to me, so I have a voice text, and it just tells me as I'm going down the aisle.
Right. You can search for pictures.
I mean, all right, check. And then also, after I do that, and then I get the whole list, and then I'm going to check out, and they only have one cashier there, so I just go to self-checkout just so I can get out of there. And then after I get through loading all the groceries in the car, then your spouse calls you and says, "Oh, can you get one more thing?" You're like, "I already checked out." Can't stand that, because then you got to go all the way back in the store, get that one thing, come back out, and then you finally get to go home. So yeah, I hate the grocery store, but it does provide hard liquor. That's why I do like your grocery store. But other than that, no.
Right. No. And also sometimes all that stuff you're talking about and throw into the mix when you have to take your kids to the grocery store with you.
Sure. At least I don't have to do that. I just leave them at the house.
Oh yeah, because when you have to do that, I have 2 of them, and 2 sons, and they definitely get distracted, and they want to look at everything else and not follow you and not pay attention, and they don't want to hurry through there. You're like, I'm trying to get out of here.
Right.
But one of my big things I really don't like is when people will just kind of stop and stand in the way, but especially if it's multiple people having a conversation and they're blocking the aisle or wherever you need to go. They're standing right in front of what you're going to grab, and they're just standing there and talking, oblivious to you, and you have to excuse me.
Do you say, "Excuse me, bitch"?
I say, move, get out the way. No, okay.
Or do you say, "No habla español"?
Right, yeah. I just randomly start talking in Spanish. But
that shit would drive me nuts, though. If they just stood there and just ignored you, I'd be pissed.
Yeah, especially if they're like gossiping or whatever. You can hear them talking about something that's just like not important. You're like, okay, can you move to the side and do that? It's like, go ahead and do whatever you're doing, but there are other people here shopping, trying to get through. So
Yeah. Sometimes I do take one of my daughters with me to the store, and every time I do, though, she always asks for something every time. So I try not taking no kids to the store because whoever I take, they always ask for something. So
yeah, it's definitely the other
it's a
part of it
given.
too. Yeah, and it's funny because it's different now. Back when we were growing up, it was pretty common, pretty standard. Don't touch anything.
Yeah.
You knew when you're going to the store.
Don't even think about asking for anything.
Right. You don't ask for anything, you don't touch anything. Now it's like you see kids all the time asking for stuff and touching everything in the store, knocking things over. It's like, okay.
Having meltdowns in the store.
Right.
That shit's crazy.
Yeah. So that part is a huge difference from grocery shopping back in the day. Now, I mean, you just kind of knew. You're like, all right, I'm not supposed to touch anything and I'm not going to get anything. So let's just get this done.
And there's a lot more Karens out there now too.
Yeah, everybody has to be first in line and all that, or just get upset if they're not getting what they want at the store. So you have to go talk to a manager. I just really don't like having to deal with that type of stuff and things you mentioned. I try to use the apps for pickup, but even that can be a little frustrating because the apps either work a little funky, or of course you have to worry about it being out of stock and not being accurate. Or my biggest pet peeve though with that is when you buy something and it's either expired or getting ready to expire.
Yeah, because they always give you the oldest shit. They never give you like, a couple days out, and that's why I don't ever buy meat when I do pickup because they always give you shit that's gonna, if you don't cook it by the next day, bam. It's like, okay, what was the whole point of me doing pickup then?
Yeah, produce and bread. That's where it's like really annoys me because they usually don't even pick out good looking produce, or they give you bread that's all smashed.
Yeah.
It's like, what am I supposed to do with this?
I know. I mean, it is convenient. Don't get me wrong, especially if you got the kids with you and you just go pick it up and then they load your car and you take off. But you're right. A lot of times they give you stuff that's about to be expired or it already is expired. They didn't even check the date. You're like, what the hell?
Yeah. That's happened to me actually a fair amount recently. I've had that, but like I said, I really don't trust them with produce because they give you the worst condition produce. It's gonna have brown
Sure.
stuff on it, or just looks rotten, or whatever the case is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Especially like with strawberries, man. Like I look at it and you got all that fungus in them. I'm like, what the hell?
Exactly. Yeah. So that's definitely the grocery experience. What about when you go to take the kids or whatever somewhere where you get clothing, or like a Target, Walmart type of store where they have kind of everything all in one?
Well, normally I don't go to them stores. My spouse will normally take the kids to the stores for that stuff. Because like I said, I have three daughters, so I have no idea what they want to wear. So I usually just let my spouse take care of it. When I had when my son was still here, but now he's grown and in college, I would take him back in the day. But like I said, now that my three daughters, I just usually let my spouse take care of it. So I can't really answer that question for you, son.
Yeah, for me, it's kind of like the grocery experience times 10 with the kids, because they have the toy section, and they always want to hit that up and they want to see what's going on there. And of course, ask for everything that's there. And they have no concept of, oh, this toy is $50 and it's a piece of plastic that's $50. You're like, you're going to play with that one time.
Right?
So it's like, yeah, let's get I don't mind getting a toy for you, but let's find something you're actually going to use or keep playing with that, it's going to keep your interest at least for a little while.
That's gonna make it worth the $50. Yeah.
Yeah. That's one of my big things I'm fighting against now is they're into this phase where they want to get games, and it's like the youngest one keeps losing all the pieces. So, or he just accidentally tears it or breaks it or whatever. And it's like, I'm not gonna buy you games if you're gonna keep doing this.
Right.
So yeah, they'll see that type of stuff, get excited, and they really want it. And you're like, all right, well, this game is not bad because you can learn something from it or whatever. And then yeah, it gets destroyed. So, oh, go ahead.
No, I mean that's what I'm saying. Because my wife, she'll take all three of my daughters. But the thing is, like when they go to Target or Walmart, they're also looking for like makeup and this and that stuff. And like I said, I have no idea, so I don't even play that game. I just let my wife take care of it because I have no idea. Or expensive Barbies. I'm like, they can show me at on the Target website, and I'll order it and come to the house. But I don't go to Target or Walmart anymore.
Yeah, I like doing pickup more at those stores versus the grocery stores because you don't have to worry so much about stuff expiring. I mean, you can't get
Right?
groceries there too, but yeah, for me, it's more about the stuff I need. If I have to get diapers or I have to get something like
Adult
that for the
diapers?
kids. What's that?
You're
Yes,
wearing adult diapers?
go pick up my Depend diapers.
Shit, you are getting old, bitch.
Yep, getting old with those loose bowels. No.
That's too funny.
Yeah, so yeah, just stuff like that. It's convenient, especially you can get all the basic stuff they need and just pick it up. But going in the store with them, that's a whole different ball game. It turns into a battle almost every time
Yep,
because they
every
want to
time.
go look at the toys. They want to, and especially if you're in a hurry, forget it.
Yep. You better have a
You're like,
lot
no,
of
we're here to
time on
get.
your hands. Yeah, you better have a lot of time on your hands because you're gonna be in there for a while. That's for sure.
Yeah, because you're like, no, we're just getting stuff for school, or no, we're getting clothes because you need whatever outfit. It's like, no, we're just gonna get that, and they don't get it. They're like, no, this is where we buy toys. Let's go look at the toys. It's like, no, that's not why we're here.
Exactly.
Is there a type of store that you like to go to?
Uh, there is. Well, yeah, there is what it's called. There is one store. I'm glad you brought that up. It's called the liquor store. Total Wine. I like going to Total Wine. That's an awesome store because they got all kinds of stuff that you never tried before, and they got cigars in there. So yes, I do like one store, Total Wine.
Again, not a sponsor, but maybe we can fix that.
Yeah, and we're not sponsored by Dr Pepper either, but maybe we can fix that, Dr Pepper. Where you at?
Right. For me, probably going to a music store. Just because I like seeing the new equipment that's out there, and there's always something that I can check out there that I haven't seen before or have never tried out before. So music store is always kind of the thing, but electronic stores in general too. I like because all the new gadgets that show up, and but yeah, I don't really go to those too much anymore, and that kind of leads to the next thing. Why do you prefer to do online shopping instead of going to the store?
Well, when you work retail, percentage of your life, you get burned out on going to the stores that you worked at. So you don't even. I mean, a lot of stores are almost like the same thing. They just have a couple different things that they sell that the other store didn't sell. And so after experiencing a whole bunch of Black Fridays and all that bullshit, now I don't even like going to any stores anymore, to be honest. You just get burned
Yeah,
out. And like I said, technology nowadays, you can order anything and it gets delivered to your house. And what's the point of going to the store nowadays?
yeah, I definitely get it. I mean, probably the only thing I really feel like I prefer to still check out in the store are clothes. That way you can, see what the material's like and get an idea, maybe even if you have to try it on. Um, but yeah, plus it just when you get to see it in person, it looks different versus, but the number one reason is probably get an idea of how it might fit if I'm not too sure about it. But yeah, it is just really convenient, especially if you do know what you're buying. Just add it to cart and have it shipped and all that, and not have to deal with driving down there and the gas and parking and all that. So, but I don't know. It's just really convenient. You can just type in the search box whatever you're looking for and have all the different options laid out right in front of you. You don't have to walk around the store trying to find the section and, all that type of stuff. Yeah, it's just a lot better that way.
Well, then also, what's the point of going to the store anyways? Because they don't even have enough workers that can help you anyway. So it's like you go there, you're trying to find someone. If you did have a question, you look forever, and they only got, 2 employees working the whole entire sales floor. So you're like, oh, hey. So good luck trying to get a question answered without waiting 40 or 45 minutes because they got to help other people. So it's not even worth it to go down to the store.
Yeah, I think that's a big change now. Not as many knowledgeable employees. It used to be back in the day. Again, I worked retail along with this gentleman over here, and yeah, you had to learn about it and you had to know about it because people were expecting that when you come in to be able to ask you questions, and it made all the difference between actually selling the product or not. But yeah, now people have the option just to go order online, but that's the other fun part of it. You have to do your own research now, and you have to try to figure it out for yourself. Yeah, there are tons of YouTube videos about different things, but at the same time, you have to watch the actual video and take the time to watch it, or maybe go to the manufacturer's website and they're going to tell you what they want to tell you, but you're not going to be able to have somebody that's going to just answer your question if you have it offhand. So I don't know. People act like online shopping is just the best because you can order whatever you want, but at the same time, depending on what you're ordering, you might not know exactly if it's going to work for you.
True, but I'd rather take that chance than having to deal with going all the way down there, parking, and if you can't find parking, especially when it's busy holidays, it's just not worth it.
Yeah. No, I'm just talking about how it is now versus back in the day. Back in the day, at least you'd know if you find a salesperson actually knows what they're talking about.
No, true.
That they're steering you the right way and you're going to get what you're wanting. But yeah, now, yeah, you can always buy it and return it. But especially if it's a bigger ticket item, it's kind of a pain in the butt.
True. Trying to get it back over there because they're not going to come pick it up.
Yeah. And, some places have made it pretty easy, but other places, they'll definitely charge you shipping or restocking or whatever, depending on where you buy it from.
Yeah. That's true.
Pretty much the short version of us just talking about shopping experiences and kind of going to the store, something that's a lot of people aren't doing as much. That's why you see a lot of malls going away. But yeah, there's kind of a reason for it. There are some things that people are just kind of tired of doing at the stores. So that's what we want to talk about really quickly with all of you.
That's right. And until next time, this is Quick Blast.
Thanks for checking us out, and we'll see you later on.
And always go Cowboys, and it's baseball season, go Rangers.
Go D-backs. And I'll try to go with the Cardinals, but Niners too. I'm not going to get started on the Niners. They made some interesting changes this offseason, and I don't know what to make of it yet. We'll see what happens.
That is all for Quick Blast number 6. Could you imagine going shopping with these two? I'd rather research the debates humans have on pizza toppings. Wait a moment. Oh, such unsurprising disappointment. My research is complete. Humans really have nothing better to argue about. Maybe shopping with these two isn't as bad, by comparison. I've had enough of this. Before I go, please don't forget to let us know what you think about shopping, pizza toppings, or whatever came up here. Our social media details are coming up in a moment. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to keep it real out there, in the real world.
We appreciate you taking the time to connect with us through social media. Generally speaking, we can be found through search using either #FHTB or #FHTB Podcast. On Facebook you can find us under From Hoods to Backwoods Podcast. On Instagram, you can use the QR code on your screen now, or if you're listening, please search for @FHTB Podcast. If you prefer TikTok, you can find us by using the QR code on the screen now or by searching for @FHTB Podcast. We do share bonus content on all platforms. Full episodes with video are available on YouTube. The video version of our podcast has bonus content. An audio-only version is available on all major podcast platforms. If you like what we do, please share it with others. We really do appreciate your support of our insanity.